This is a public document brought in by the medical council through the prosecution. So they serve us this thing today. And if you watch there in this particular medical report, you can see all the ailments they say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering from. And surprisingly, somebody that has all these particular issues, you now, in the last paragraph, to say that from your own distance, he can stand trial. Somebody that is passing through all this ailments. Having said that, too, go to make a consequential order. Say, please, go and examine him and report back to me. They never examined Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, only for them to come up with this report. Nigerian Medical Council, they should be very careful, because this is a professional body and you are expected to act professionally. In your report, you are expected, I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm a practicing lawyer. You are expected to show that on this particular day, we obtained his specimen. We carried out this lab, and the lab showed this, and we are talking about somebody's life, for goodness sake. You cannot just enter into your office room and you open your system and start writing trash, and you want court to rely on it. And surprisingly, we are expected to take a date for us to go, and because when the court gave us an opportunity to respond, we are ought to have taken a date to confer from our clients. It was when Nnamdi Kanu said, "What? We are the people that even gave Nnamdi Kanu this thing." When the court was about to sit, we are talking about somebody's life. Of course, as a matter of this thing, the Igbos are on trial. This is a war against the Igbos. Of course, you are here when the president ordered the police and the army to go and negotiate and have a discussion with the terrorists and the non-bandits in this town.
With their arms.
And somebody that is exercising his rights as given to him by the constitution, both local and international legislations, and you say that he should enter trial. Trial for what? What is it trial? What are you trying for? Do you have even jurisdiction? Does the court have jurisdiction to entertain this particular matter? Somebody that has been discharged by Court of Appeal. So we don't want to go into that. This is a trial. Again, the Igbos are on trial. This is a persecution, not a prosecution. And I stand by it. And I'm calling the entire Nigerians. It's the Igbos and the Nnamdi Kanu today. It can be another person tomorrow. And we should stand against it. That's why we are protesting. Why should we be treating a human being like this? Simply because the offense Nnamdi Kanu committed is because he's an Igbo man. Can you do it somebody from the north? Can you do it somebody from the west? You cannot. People have been agitating. So Boho has been going around agitating for Republic of Oduduwa. Have you arrested him? The answer is no, because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo, and they feel that nobody can speak with him for him, and we are saying no to that. We can never be intimidated. Nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. Nobody is a second-class citizen in this country, and we are going to fight it. I'm begging judiciary to not allow yourself to be used. They know what they are doing. Are you telling me that it was on the 13th? Court gave you 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you now produce this document on the 13th, and you kept it with you. You did not allow us to go and see our client with it, only for you to serve us 5 minutes before court is sitting, and you ask us to respond. Is this injustice or injustice, for goodness sake? We should call evil, and when you call evil, it will stop existing. That is our submission. Thank you.
No evaluation. You come up with.
Welcome to this World Press Conference titled Awka Declaration 2025. Demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other urgent matters. A passionate appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. We, the Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide Forum of State Presidents, rising from a crucial meeting held on the 17th day of October 2025 here in Awka in Anambra State, make an Awka Declaration 2025 via a demand and passionate appeal to His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our dear President and Father of our nation, that one, we make a save-our-soul demand today for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without further delay, by way of this passionate appeal to His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Father of our nation, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As long as Nnamdi Kanu remains unjustly in prison, to us as Ndi Igbo, all Igbos are in jail. We beg you, Mr. President, to do this just one thing for Ndi Igbo. Look away from any sentiment and release Nnamdi Kanu to us and let Ndi Igbo have peace. That our dear President should also order the immediate and unconditional release of all Ndi Igbo in their numbers languishing in various detention facilities across Nigeria as a result of the struggle, including innocent victims of the Oyibo incidents in Rivers State. We are ready to partner His Excellency Mr. President on all issues to restore order and justice in Igbo land. While we once more appreciate Mr. President's establishment of the Southeast Investment Company as well as the Southeast Development Commission, we strongly urge Mr. President to evince his patriotic spirit that he is known for by taking extraordinary... Let me take that line again. While we once more appreciate Mr. President's establishment of the Southeast Investment Company as well as the Southeast Development Commission, we strongly urge Mr. President to evince his patriotic spirit that he is known for by taking extraordinary intentional steps to fully incorporate and integrate Ndi Igbo in the governance of Nigeria to give them the fullest sense of their Nigerianness in every sense of the word, particularly in the mainstream of the economic and political inclusiveness. This is because we too are Nigerians, and more critical infrastructure projects should be sited in our land. We commend Mr. Governor, His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State for his patriotism in always creating the enabling environment for legitimate Igbo advocacy. We also commend His Excellency Right Honorable Francis Nwifuru, Governor of Ebonyi State, for his enormous support for Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo worldwide, and the state chapter, along with his brother governors from the zone, urging them to go the extra mile to do the needful. In doing so, we place an inexcusable demand on all political leaders of Igbo extraction to rise and advance the release of Nnamdi Kanu and others as a national priority, as a way of restoring confidence, peace, and tranquility across Igbo land. We declare that any Igbo person working very hard behind the scene to frustrate the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and others, you know yourselves, count yourselves as enemies of Ndi Igbo. You shall be put to shame. By this declaration, we commend the Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo worldwide national leadership under the fatherhood of Senator John Azota Mbata for reinforcing the Igbo spirit of unity, peace under his watch, and we compliment all his efforts on these issues accordingly for the good of Igbos all over the world and their neighbors. We demand for a deliberate federal government establishment of gas infrastructure investments in Igbo land, particularly the Southeast, where Nigeria has its highest deposits, with a view to properly localizing and reasonable proportion of benefit to the Southeast and parts of the South-South zones of Nigeria. The inclusion of Southeast Nigeria from Nigeria's high-pressure gas pipeline infrastructure, the exclusion of Southeast Nigeria from the nation's high-pressure gas pipeline infrastructure is unacceptable. The seeming snub or omission of the region from these critical gas pipeline projects, despite its substantial natural gas reserves and industrial potential, has undoubtedly reinforced long-standing negative narrative against our people. We lend support to our compatriots in calling on the National Assembly and His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our dear President, to join to actualize the creation of a Neoma state along with others in favor of our people. We further call on the federal government and the government of Edo State to ensure the protection of ancestral Igbos in Edo State, the Ibankers, to guarantee their safety and well-being from all manners of oppression and